Hello, Ruthless Nation. Here we are on Thursday night, and this is the round of 12 elimination, and it's taking place in the Irish Hills of Michigan at Michigan International Speedway, where it's your speed. And tonight we see an interesting look at the playoffs. We could have, any of these 12 guys, or I guess not 12, but most of these 12 guys could win an in, and this is a track where that could happen. Right now, as it sits, you have MJ Bross, Typical, and Henson all locked in to our round of 8. Kenrod, Jason, Death Before Dishonor, Big Ben, and G-Dog all sit above the cut line. G-Dog is 5 points over Hollywood for the round of 8. If DK were to show, that is a win and in for him. The same for Tyler and JWoww. Both of those drivers are winning in only. Hollywood could point himself in over G-Dog, even if there was a new winner. So Hollywood really is racing against G-Dog here with that 5-point difference tonight. So that's what we'll be looking at, is how the 17 and the 14 stack up against each other tonight out here. But it looks like we're getting the invites. Could possibly get that join message rather soon. And we'll get this elimination race underway for Michigan right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Thanks to all of our sponsors. West Higgins ORV, SKU Car, SKU 2. Much appreciated. And we'll see who that West Higgins ORV Pole Award sitter is tonight. And it's Typical with a 38.521, your West Higgins ORV pole sitter. Got several streams out tonight. Much appreciated. All the drivers doing that for us. Alright, so we're just waiting for our join message here. And we'll be getting going. Looks like we're still just waiting on that. Lobby's still paused. But once again, West Higgins ORV Pole Award tonight will go to Typical 30 RRS with the 38.521. Second belongs to Hollywood tonight, and that's a good spot for him to be starting, as he needs all the points he can get. DK Brown is out there, so winning in for sure situation for him. So really the race for points is between Hollywood and G-Dog. Big Ben also, kind of right there, but it's, he could just have a clean race and still be good to go. Hey, Timmy, what's up? I am the winner of Tuesday's race, and it felt good to get that one. So, first time in the booth as a winner. How about that? West Higgins ORV showing up in the chat, along with 5 others. Appreciate everybody who's in here. Don't forget to like the stream. Much appreciated. Elimination race here for the round of 12. Who will make it in the round of 8? Hollywood not above the cut line, going in 5 points out. And we have Tyler, TCR Tyler, DK Brown, who can win and in here tonight. So Big Ben also needs to have a clean race. But still looking good. 7th right now in the playoffs, going towards the round of 8 after tonight. Got SKU Car joining us now. SKU Car, go. Pit stops will be 2 for the first stage, 2 for the second stage, and 3 for the final stage. And, you know, strategy plays a big part here. If any of these Pro Series drivers watched what happened on Tuesday, I don't know. Maybe they pulled the Stu move. But it's time to join. All right, here we go, loading into our elimination race for the round of 12 tonight here at Michigan. Right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. It's your Pro Series. All right, here we go. Round of 8. Who will get in? It's typical Hollywood on the front end of this one as we get going from Michigan. And everybody's trying to get down to that lower line early on. Top 5 in order rather quickly. All lined out to 7. Big Ben kind of stuck on the outside. We'll kind of get help here as they go down the backstretch. All right, Death Before Dishonor back there on the inside along with NASCAR Rillo, but everybody else kind of just trying to stay in line. All right, Big Ben, like I said, needs the clean race tonight. Tyler is a winning in. He's the 47 up there stuck high in 1 and 2 right now. DK Brown, also another one of our winning in drivers. Needs to, looks like he needs to, you know, just worry about the end of this one. Stage points, you know, are nice, but that's not going to help people like the 40, or I'm sorry, the 8 and the 47. Typical, our leader, Hollywood, just needs to outscore the 17 all night long, who had a qualifying start of 9th, and he looks to be running about 11th at the moment. So we'll try to flip through the field to see who's... I believe Nascarillo's got left out to dry early here. Typical is still our leader. As you can see, everybody in a straight line coming down this front straight. Get the look off the front of Hollywood's hood here. Oh, get one off the wall with the 4 of MJ Bross. He sends the 8 down in the round. DK Brown, everybody just going to try to hang out. Kenrod here, he is stuck on the inside. He will get a push, though, from TCR Tyler and Jason down there. Jason is another one of our winning in drivers. I'm not sure if pointing in is the move for him, as MJ Bross already locked into the round of 8. Gets kind of out of the groove here and moves himself to 11th. All right, so kind of looks like just Big Ben already got a little bit of something on the nose there. I'm not sure. But he's dropping back. He just needs to accumulate points here tonight. He needs maybe finish in the top 10 each stage, and he will be good. All right. don't think anybody saw those messages that guy was sending, the bad ones, so it's all good. Can't always, people can be losers, but you can't be a loser like that. It's unfortunate, we got people like that, but it's all good. Still got some great racing going on. We love constructive criticism, if that's what you want to call it, if that's what you think you're giving, and that's cool with me. Typical, though, he drops out from the lead. Looks like DK Brown in that winning in situation. He has taken the lead as we were dealing with all the mayhem. Hollywood still sits in second. Oh, off the wall. Here goes Typical. Right out of 2. That is a dangerous spot. MJ Bross kind of got into it there earlier, and he's working behind Jason. Yeah, I think he did miss the good ones. Apparently, he was doing some stuff that made the national news. Crazy. Appreciate anybody in here watching, though, for the actual racing we got going on here in the round of 12, the elimination race. The 14 of Hollywood, if you're just tuning in, he needs to accumulate 6 points over the 17 tonight to make it to the next round. And he needs to do so along with, nobody else winning. He could still point himself over the 17 and then someone win. I think that would still work out for him, possibly. It just depends. It's very interesting here with DK Brown, being a winning in driver out here leading early on in stage number 1. And we will have 2 pit stops in this one. We should be seeing pit stops here in the next 3 to 4 laps. Hollywood trying to get down here before everybody gets the run off MJ Bross. He sneaks right in there, back into 3rd position now as the 4 car makes a move to the outside. As they go down into turn number 1, DK Brown still able to hang on to it out there in the lead. Jason, another winning in driver there in the 15 as he tries to figure out some room around everybody here. Death before dishonor, I'm not sure what, if he was signaling or just trying to avoid what was going on there. Big Ben has resurrected himself here as he moves up into the top 5. Just needs to accumulate really good points here tonight. But, a win or anything would be awesome. Go ahead and just really punch the ticket in for the round of 8. Your Ruthless Pro Series playoffs brought to you by Skew Car. DK Brown gives up the lead here. Makes me wonder what, maybe a pitting strategy or something coming into effect. Maybe trying to save a little fuel. Don't think anyone has went down pit road yet. Could see a massive, the whole field, just go down pit road at once. And that can spell disaster at moments. Looks like we may have a lot of the field pitting here. Yep, we're seeing a few of them go to signal. We'll watch off Death Before Dishonor because he will probably be about one of the last cars pitting here with this group. We'll see how all that goes. Everybody on the outside stays out. This plays advantage to these guys, I believe, if they get in there good and clean. Not sure. Nescarilla, who was kind of running towards the rear, he went in. Ben and Hollywood are neck and neck. I don't know if they got in there clean or not. somehow MJ Bros takes over the lead amongst this group as they will be looking to pit. We'll try to get on with Tyler as he will be probably the last car of this group. See how this all lines out. Good split of the field with who's pitting and who's not. A couple of cars went kind of on their own strategies. Everybody fans out real nicely, and it might be okay for everybody there. Kenrod got in there maybe a little slower than the others. There you go. Dark horse to win. It's Kenrod for Rico. And his favorite to win is Hollywood. Alright, so here's the first group that pitted. That's DK Brown who's leading them. Already not looking okay for the 17 here. Hollywood, you know, he needs all the points he can get over this guy. Alright, here comes our leaders off pit road now. And looks like these guys are going to, you know, mesh out pretty close to them. The merging point will be right up here for the 4 car. And now it's all together. Alright, there's the merge back onto the track for all these guys. And there's still another pit stop to be made, and they could make it, you know, pretty soon. It's all about when they want to do it. They want to pull that pit stop at the end of this stage, or right when they can meet that fuel mark. I don't think tires will be something that guys will be doing here on this next pit stop. Alright, our top 3, 2 of those guys pit earlier than the guys behind them. 47 of TCR Tyler is right there. He pit with that first group. Sitting there in 4th. Typical rounds up our top 5 with Kenrod right behind him in 6th. Yeah, the way Hollywood does talk about some of his cars, you know, you would think he would be the GOAT. Actually, as we look for Hollywood, I think him and Ben got a speeding penalty possibly together. Not sure. It's the way it's looking, though, to me. And that is unfortunate. Won't accumulate many points over or at all if he's not in the top 10. Leader DK Brown, winning in situation for him. Death before dishonor. We've seen him win the stage at the Charlotte Roval last week before he had an engine failure. Alright, our top 6 looking real good here as everybody else, I think, maybe just had some problems on pit road. Not sure exactly where the 17's sitting at the moment. I thought most of these guys would have went into pit by now. On board with Typical, our 5th place car. You got the top 6 in view here. Tyler gets out of line. He's going to move Typical to the top 4, possibly here. Don't know. Nope. They're going to go back up and get behind Tyler. I guess they just want to get away from the rest of the field. They know a pit stop still right in the making to make it to the end of this stage. And it's going to be a no tire stop. So it's going to be get in there, get fuel, get out. And I think Tyler is signaling right now that is what he wants to do at this moment in the race, or stage number 1. And he is a winning in driver. Stages won't matter, but, you know, could test some of that strategy right now. Kenrod also going to go down pit road with him. Hollywood and Ben has made their second pit stop, possibly looking to try to get something done from the speeding penalty on the first pit stop. They do go a lap down, and those guys are drafting together. This is going to be a fast pack. They're going to lose probably about a lap and a half before these guys go down pit road for their last stop, but should be able to get their laps back on the socket. We just have 4 guys right now racing out front on this next, waiting for the next pit stop to end stage number 1. There'll be 9 laps remaining here. If you ask me, I think we're brewing up to have a good finish here tonight. And I don't think it'll be disappointing once we get to that stage 3. Especially we got so many winning in drivers that have been out at the front already, charging for a spot into the round of 8 here in the Ruthless Pro playoffs. And there's your top 4 still waiting on their pit stop with 7. I think we got 7 laps to go. Hey, Rico, I'm glad you got that, Rico. I say that all the time, you know, just, I think that's such an iconic moment in sports is, you know, Kirk Cousins being like, you like that? And, yeah, it's great. I love it. I'm glad people understand where it was coming from. All right, top 3 now as we go towards our last pit stop, because Typical has already made his. No, it was from whenever he played for the Washington football team. Alright, let's get back up here with our top 3, still waiting on their pit stops. Looks like our top 2 says they're going in. Don't know if MJ Bra says he is going to or not. He could be looking to just play a little spoiler, keep a stage win away from somebody maybe. He is not going to pit. I think he's going to keep it out here. 1 and 2 do pit. DK Brown, Death Before Dishonor go in. 5 laps remaining out here. Or 4 laps, sorry. On the 4 car. So all he has to do is get that splash and go. And see if he can survive anybody coming up behind him. Check on your Patriots, friends. All right, MJ Bros coming in for the last time in stage number 1. He does hold the lead right now. Hopefully he got himself a good pit stop. I think right here is who's going to be challenging the 4 for his spot. It'll be the 10 and the 47, I do believe. Unless I can find the 8. I don't know, maybe he had an issue. Let's go find, here's these guys trying to get back up. Death Before Dishonor gets in front of Typical. And we're coming down to it here in stage number 1. All right, MJ Bros did come out with the lead, but these guys are going to have the advantage on the outside. I think Typical's going to dip Death Before Dishonor, no, he goes back up to work with him. TCR Tyler going to work down to the low side here with MJ Bross. Kenrod now in the picture as well. This is your top 5 for stage number 1. 2 to go in our elimination race for Michigan. Stage number 1 already going to be a little preview, I think, of what we'll see later with how all the strategies are just going to mesh right back together on track like this. And, you know, the last guy on pit road remained, whatever, in the lead. Typical now trying to make moves to get back up to the front. TCR Tyler is a winning in tonight, so him out here in the top 5 right now looks pretty good for him. One to go here in stage number 1. Who's going to get it? Will it be our winning in, showing a little bit of what's going to be going down later on? Out of 1 and 2 in stage number 1 for the last time down the backstretch. MJ Bross is way down on the low side. Not going to be a threat here towards the line. Typical, throwing it down on the inside on the apron. He's not going to spin it. Death Before Dishonor going to try to make a move to the inside. We're coming down to the line in stage number 1. It will be TCR Tyler with the win, but back there nose to nose. Typical and Death Before Dishonor. I could not tell you who got that one. I think it was the 24. And then it'll be Kenrod finishing in 4th. The 5th being round up by MJ Bross. And it was Death Before Dishonor getting 2nd. Much needed points for him to continue his march to a Ruthless championship. Typical already locked into the next round, gets 3rd. But big stage win there for TCR Tyler. He needs that winning in. Hollywood in trouble early on here from Michigan. Can he get it done? Stage break brought to you by Scoop Car West Higgins RRV. We'll be right back with all the action in stage number 2 right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. All right, Death Before Dishonor on the point here with TCR Tyler to start off stage number 2. Same deal. 2 pit stops around the same strategy to be used. Let's see who can get it done in stage number 2. Points didn't mean much to Tyler there, but if he gets a win, they will be playoff points on that, and that would matter at that point. So, good for him there in stage number 1. Maybe he does have a car to mess with here. Hollywood just had that speeding penalty there on that first pit stop. I think that was the whole difference. Him in the 45. Hollywood trying to make moves here on the inside. He's got Jason 3 wide with TCR Tyler, your stage 1 winner, as they work down the front stretch here. Air advantage to the 15. He'll leave the 47, have the high side clear. This will not be so good for Hollywood unless he gets some help off these guys down on the bottom. Oh, a little bump to the 15 from the 14. He's able to keep it together. 47's going to help him up there against the wall. Hollywood's going to just drop back here, maybe to the rear. And Ascarillo going to let out a little bit with G-Dog there on the high side. Hollywood racing for his life out here tonight. He's almost, he might be approaching a winning in situation. If somebody else is looking at the winning in themselves. We've seen DK Brown have a good ride tonight as well. He is also winning in, sitting 3rd right now. I think some problems on pit road for him. Maybe, he would have been contending for that stage 1 win. Thanks to everybody who's watching us here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. It's the Ruthless Racing Pro Series Playoffs Elimination Race for Michigan. Make sure you like the stream, subscribe if you're new here. Over 1,800 of you. The march to 2,000 subscribers is still alive and well. I think when I saw it today, it was 1,823 to be exact. It could be more, could be less. Who knows? DK Brown to the front. And he's getting a push from the 4. And, you know, everybody knows 2 pit stops this stage. Let's just try to keep it clean as we go through here. Hollywood, he don't want to keep it clean. He wants to get to the front. And he wants to make sure he can get his points collected because he needs them. Not so great in stage number 1. Possibly did get some stage points. Not sure exactly where he ended up. Mascarillo, though, he's found himself in this same situation at the beginning of both stages. Maybe a gearing issue there. Get a little out of line up front early in stage number 2 for us. The pit window should be in about 8 to 9 laps. He's on board with Typical there. He's in 3rd, but you can see everybody behind him is just kind of door to door. Man, that was close right there. Hollywood, kind of down to the inside. Don't know if he's going to work here with Typical. They are on the inside here. Door to door, trying to fight for the lead as the 10 against DK Brown. Down the front stretch on the low side with help coming from Kenrod, Jason, and TCR Tyler. Your stage 1 winner, Big Ben, in the back of the top line. And here we go. We got some double line racing here from Michigan early on in stage number 2. During the elimination race to see who get into a round of 8, Hollywood has went from last basically to 2nd at this point. And he knew, you know, he's got to get up there. He needs to solidify himself out front here to make sure he can get some much needed stage points going into this last stage. And then we got some exciting racing going down here in Michigan tonight. As I knew it was going to be a battle out in the Irish Hills. 20 laps remaining in stage number 2. 2 pit stops also to go. Should be looking about 6 to 7 laps. We should start seeing some cars go in for their service. Wonder what kind of strategies these guys will pull here in stage number 2. Personally, in stage number 2, Tuesday, my car did not do very well, was not responding well to what I had done on pit road or during the green flag stops. But stage 3, we figured it out on the second pit stop and never looked back. So maybe that could be the case for some of these guys tonight. Hollywood just had a mistake early on his first pit stop at stage number 1. And I feel like he would have been, you know, in this position come the end of the stage. Heard some owing in the Ruthless radio. Not sure where the discrepancy was. There's another winning in driver. Kill It Like Jason moves up to 3rd. G-Dog possibly just not having the night he would want to try to solidify himself into the round of 8. There's still always that win possibility. You could always have a way better finish than Hollywood, too, at the end. You know, the total points of where you're finishing could be greater than Hollywood could possibly overcome. Kenrod has moved himself up into the top 5 now. So he is looking just to pad himself on into the round of 8, up onto the 45, down onto the 4. The 42 all out of whack, but they figure it out. Pro Series. Good on those guys. Once again, appreciate everybody watching. Much appreciated. Please like the stream if you haven't done so. There's Helps us out a lot. Got some great racing going on. Had some double line racing going on with like 23, 24 to go in stage number 2, y'all. So when we get down to this last few laps, you know, it could get crazy. It could get crazy. G-Dog is on pit road, his first stop, along with the 48, I think. Yep, those two guys will be coming off pit road right now as the lead pack goes around, and they will have their first pit stop out of the way. As Carrillo comes down pit road to make his first stop. Typical looking to signal and make his first stop along with 8, 15, and Jason. Don't know if any of these other guys are going to. Oh, the 15 got up into the 4 a little bit, but he will be pitting. I think everybody else is going to stay out. That looked like a good stop for all those guys there. Hollywood now in the lead. MJ Bross behind him. Death Before Dishonor, Kenrod, and TCR Tyler, who was the stage 1 winner. All these guys still need to make their first stop of stage number 2, with the second stop still to have to be made to make it to the end. Looks like this whole crew is going to be looking to go in. Somebody got slippery back there. Not sure who it was. So it looked like somebody got a little slippery. Oh, the 24, maybe out of fuel or something back there. Not sure what went on with him. A little unfortunate. Alright, the first guys that went in. We'll see how all this merges back together. 15 looking way faster than the 10 off pit road. I think this would be a good move for the 17 and the 48. 17, 48. Yep. But, obviously I know that ain't what it is, but, you know. Alright, so I don't think these guys are going to be as close as they would like. They are together, they are drafting, and they're going to come into 1 and 2 with a head full of steam. This could get interesting. Nah, Typical is going to fly right by. They need to get up into this draft right now. Alright, so TCR Tyler, he could be the bridge here. He's going to be the saving grace of these other guys. Oh, Tyler's going in right now. He feels like he could make it. We'll see how many laps are remaining here. Kenrod crosses the line right there. Got 12 laps remaining. I think he could make it from there. So, might be a good move there for TCR Tyler. What could have been the help has went away. At least Typical, though, in your lead. They pit first here in this stage. DK Brown and Jason both in second and third, both in winning in situations here tonight. Along with TCR Tyler, who, you know, had already won stage number 1. So not looking good for anybody below that cut line. A.K.A. Hollywood. He really needs to put something great together here, I think, because it could possibly be a new winner tonight with the way everything's shaping up. Stage number 2 cranking down, 10 to go. 1 pit stop still to happen. Hollywood probably did hear me. May have heard me. All right, look there. 6 cars up front, all in the line. The Holly train has worked and got up there second. Typical's your leader, and you know he's one of those drivers. Tickets already punched into the round of 8. I think our 4 car may have had an issue on pit road in this stage. All right, so we got 3 winning in situations looking out here tonight. Very interested in when these guys are going to pit. You know, they could pit any time now to make it to the end, or they could wait all the way till the end. It's going to be a no-tire stop. And I feel like everybody must be comfortable with the worn tires coming off pit road. Hollywood's making a move to the inside to try to take the lead here late in stage number 2 with a pit stop between him and the end. And he's going to do it with a big push from the 42 of Kinrod. We got the 17 of G-Dog coming off pit road from his second stop of the stage. Don't know if Hollywood's just breaking a little air here. Gives up the inside momentarily, but Kinrod not going to be able to put a nose there on the inside. It is going to be a pit here for the 14 of Hollywood, the 42 of Kinrod. That will be their second stops of the stage. And that leaves DK Brown out front for the time being, followed by Jason. Both winning in drivers once again. I cannot stress that enough. Typical in third. Big Ben just looking to cushion his way throughout the playoffs a little bit here at Michigan. But these 2 guys out front right now, they are racing for their season. I think Kinrod and Hollywood got off pit road rather, good or well. Grammar. Oh, little touch maybe there from the 15 to the 8 as they go to signal that they're going to pit. Oh, the 8 comes down and says, I'm going to pit too, but that was rather close. Looking good, though, for Hollywood and Kinrod there on that pit stop. I do believe all these guys shuffling around trying to get down pit road right now possibly wasn't the cleanest of laps for these guys. But nonetheless, they are down pit road, and I believe Jason will be the leader of that pack as they go down pit road. Now we're going to get on board with Hollywood and Kinrod and see how they challenge these guys whenever they're exiting off pit road. That will be, the merge for the stage win here. We'll get that lap count whenever they hit the line right here. Hollywood and Kinrod. Those guys are coming off pit road. I think they're going to have them. It's an interesting little exit here. The first car can come out even, running so low down there. $15 of Jason, got 4 laps remaining. Hollywood to the front. Can he get some much needed points here in stage number 2? Kinrod with the push. Jason in the must-win situation settles into third. Fourth going to belong to Typical. Fifth to TCR Tyler. Once again, your stage 1 winner. Followed by DK Brown and Big Ben. All right, Hollywood, on the point. I don't know if Kenrod's going to be all cool with him. 15, you know, he's going to be looking for points as well. 47 and the 10 kind of pushing together back there. This all could come down to something big at the end of the stage. It all depends on how these guys up front want to work out this stage. Hollywood needs these points. Stage win would go a long way, especially if he moves on. He gets the little extra there. But 2 to go here through 1 and 2. 15 already looking to make some moves. I think the 42 kind of not letting it happen. He needs his points as well, as he needs a little bit of his cushion here in the round of 12 to make sure he's looking good next round. When everything resets, it won't much matter, but he wants to make sure he's for sure going to get in there. Hollywood will bring us to 1 to go here in stage number 2 at Michigan in your elimination race. A winning in driver gets stage number 1. Hollywood below the cut line by 5 points, looking to get this stage win. He needs to gain all the ground he can against the 17 of G-Dog and hope there isn't a new winner tonight. For the last time in stage number 2, draft breaking, the 14 of Hollywood. 3 and 4 for the final time. In stage number 2, I think he'll be able to hang on and get some much needed points with the stage 2 win going to the 14 of Hollywood. Jason in second, Kenrod third. Looks like Typical will finish in 4th. I think I saw Tyler wreck there. I don't know. You know, he knows he's just in the winning end anyways. I'm not sure what happened there. All right, stage break brought to you by Ski Car West Higgins ORV. It is stage number 3 in the elimination round here in your Ruthless Racing Pro Series. Who will move on to the round of 8 to try to claim the Ruthless Pro Championship and beat defending 2-time champion Typical? A lot of stuff on the line here. Only Typical, Hintz, and MJ Bross locked in. And possibly a few other guys with these stage finishes, but it is very much up for grabs for who's going to get in to our next round. And our first race next week is at Daytona, so it only gets crazier from here. Coming at you live with stage number 3 right here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. The 14 of Hollywood on the point with the 15 of Jason beside him. And here we go. We start off stage number 3, the final laps of our elimination race. And it's going to take 3 pit stops and a little bit of strategy if we stay green here in this stage. Hope everybody enjoys this restart. We're just going to watch it happen. All right, a little crank it up style there, a little bit. Watch that restart play out. Still very dangerous out here. It's too wide racing up front. This is where it's all going to matter. This is stage number 3 with 3 pit stops to make it to the end. Could be very interesting how this all plays out. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in. This is the final stage of who will get into the round of 8. And these 3 pit stops, it's going to very much matter. No tires on that last pit stop, I don't imagine, for most of the field. Could get very dicey here towards the end. We've seen some 2-wide racing about this point in stage number 2, and it lasted for quite a few laps. It looks like we could see an inside-outside deal maybe brewing up. Once again, I just want to do a little flip through the field. The 8 and the 15 both winning in drivers, along with the 47 of Tyler, who won stage number 1. We got Hollywood, who is below the cut line to G-Dog by 5 points, but he did win stage number 2. Don't have a live points counter, but Hollywood, for the moment, could be above the cut line, but he needs to make sure there isn't a new winner. 3 guys out there who could, spoil the charge for a championship. The 14 of Hollywood missing Martinsville, and has put him in a little bit of a spot here. And Jay Bross leads us. Typical second. Hollywood third. DK Brown in fourth. Kenrod fifth. Death Before Dishonor sitting in 6th. Jason 7th. I think that is Shepard in 8th right now. Let's do have the top 10 up front all together at the moment. I imagine we'll see a lot of people just hanging loose, at least till we get done with the first pit stop, and then I feel like it'll ramp up a little bit because they know it's going to be about position, who's going to be, the quickest on that last pit stop when we get to that 100th lap here tonight. 100 laps at Michigan to decide who moves on to fight at Daytona in the round of 8 next week. We are looking at just single file, keep your nose clean style racing for the moment, Everybody just trying not to bop someone up into the wall. Tyler, he is kind of messing around with not being in that draft anymore. He needs to make sure he stays a little closer to these cars. I do believe he got a little bit out of the comfort for getting the draft here. Had some great racing here from Michigan tonight. 3 drivers could win and move on. Hollywood could point his way in if there's no new winner over the 17 of G-Dog. Man, it's just so much that could go on or go wrong or go right, depending on who you are. And it's all coming down to this. The last 29 laps to decide who moves on. That could all come down to strategy, being on and off pit road too fast, too slow. 2 guys who have punched their way in already are leading the pack. It's MJ Bross and typical. Hollywood needing every point he can scrape up in 3rd. And a winning in the 8, sitting in 4th. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Please make sure you like the stream. Subscribe if you're new here. We do racing every Tuesday and Thursday. We're in the middle of our playoffs. This is elimination round for Michigan for the round of 12. What 8 cars will move on, we won't know for another 27 laps. And it has not been disappointing so far. I said at the beginning of this one, I think we're coming down to a Ruthless Racing Classic. And we've had a lot of those, especially early on in the season. We had a lot of photo finishes. Had some great races last season that came down to the line. And then, when everything's on the line, like moving on for the hardware to get the ka-ching, it's hard to tell what somebody will lay out there for you. Everybody's going to have to make those 3 pit stops. That last one's going to be a no-tire stop it should be about everybody. And then it's just going to be a race of humanity against machine on holding it on the apron to get back onto this track and try to get her done in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Could be destiny or despair for somebody tonight. Oh, we have got a caution? Oh, these guys were pitting. Okay. Kind of on the track, slowing down a little too much. Got me out of my groove. No caution. Everybody got some pitters. 15 and 4, both down pit road. 48 is Shepherd, down pit road. Nascarillo out of gas? Come on now. No way. Typical to the lead, Hollywood on the outside. Oh, shoot. They are pitting. Oh, everybody's coming in. Man, that looked scary behind these front two. These guys coming off pit road from their first stop. Did not lose a lap. And this could be interesting here for the 4 and the 15. I think that's going to be the better move. All right, everybody on pit road. Looks like everybody's just taking their 4 tires and fuel. You see the 16 come in, clean everybody out. Everybody that went on pit road did not get a penalty. Everybody came on clean. Here's the 4 and the 15 off of their stop. How well will they mesh in with these guys coming off pit road? 14 and the 10 of Hollywood and Typical. Hollywood gets back out there on the track. He wants to get up there, get into that air. Oh, not sure. He got kind of in the 15's way here, maybe. 15's going to get around them. I don't think that was what the 10, the 14 intended there. That kind of slowed them up. But that's how they come out of pit road for the first time in stage number 3. MJ Bross, Jason, Typical, Hollywood off the first pit stop. DK Brown leading the rest of the guys as MJ Bross goes up, makes them 3 wide off 2. Oh, 15 gets down in the Hollywood a little bit. All right, told you, once we get after that first pit stop, it could get dicey. You know, these guys, 15 is win and in. And he will be, you know, if the points, Hollywood's trying to play the points. But he cannot allow someone new to win, especially someone below him in the cutoff bunch. It's really going to come down to a last lap spectacular. I do believe everybody's been getting on and off pit road, you know, well, other than in the stages that didn't matter. And hopefully they can replicate what they done this stop. Everybody came out, you know, pretty close and together. It's always cool to see how everybody's pit stops just kind of come right back out with one another like this. And you get this great racing even with the green flag pit stops. Thanks to everybody who's watching. Once again, please like the stream. Helps out so much. And subscribe if you're new here. A lot goes on here on the Ruthless Racing YouTube channel. Got 20 more laps remaining, 2 more pit stops. I could imagine not much longer we'll see some of these guys go in for that second stop. It's all about who's going to do what here. Everybody's now working towards that second pit stop. "19 laps remaining. Two ticket drivers already in the round of 8. First and second. Hollywood looking good in third. He would be the transfer at the moment. DK Brown in the 8 in 4th position. He needs the win, along with the 15 sitting in 6th. Or 7th, I'm sorry. No burnout rule tonight. We will be racing through lap 100 with 18 to go here. And you know, the sweat could be thick on the brow for some of these guys, especially Hollywood. Didn't have that good stage 1. And he had one stage 2 though, so. But winning and driving the 47, he had already won stage 1. Can be a danger, but he's not up here with the front pack at the moment. Possibly some issues on pit road for him this first time around. I'm sorry, I keep saying Jason. I meant JWoww, but he's not here tonight. I think, yeah. Appreciate you pointing that out. I keep saying Jason. JWoww's not here. I think it's JWoww. But DK and Tyler both could win and in still, so. Makes for a good story, man. Jason is above the cutoff line, though. He would appreciate some points. Still 2 pit stops to be made for these guys. I just wonder when they're going to do it. Coming down to it, 17 to go now. Sorry, 16 to go. How will this all play out? Man, I'm telling you, it's going to come down to 8 is up here, and he can get it done. Kenrod's had a good run tonight. Been up here most of the night as well. This will be another 4-tire stop for the field. With that one last stop, you know, just being for fuel. Who's going to run it all the way down to the final laps and take the splash and go and try to outrun everybody? We've not really seen anyone other than the 4-car cycle back out to the lead off pit road. It's always been the first pitting cars that have gotten back around and in front off the pit stops here tonight for the most part. So it's going to be interesting how this is going to play out. Big Ben on pit road. 47 to TCR Tyler also down pit road for service. All right, when will this front bunch go in? Will they split once again and do different things and come back out together? Nonetheless, a very important pit stop. and they all decide to keep it out and go around. Laps are dwindling down here at Michigan to decide who will move on for a chance to win a Ruthless Pro Series championship. Already got a few of our drivers locked in, just 3 to be exact. One of those drivers in Henson not making the race tonight. Thanks to everybody who has joined us. Please like the stream. It's coming down to it at Michigan. Nobody pitting once again. These guys are running the long streak. They're possibly going to do this at the end as well. Wouldn't it be crazy to see like 3 cars pitting on the last 2 with 2 to go, trying to win this race? Just 12 laps remaining. I think they have to go in. $15 and the 4 get in that time. I think they still look good. The 10 and the 14 going to stay out. It's along with DK Brown. 42 of Kenrod, 24 of Death Before Dishonor. Anxious Yeti in the chat. What's up, my man? Coming down to it here at Michigan. I'm going to see how these guys pit off the front of the 24. I think everybody got in there good. Alright, so I'm kind of concerned with the 14 there. We'll see what happens. MJ Bros 15 back on the track. Hollywood's good. The 4 is going to possibly get out front here. Once again, we'll see. Not only one time tonight have we seen the first pitting cars not get the lead, and that was with MJ Bros earlier. Typical with the lag out. Oh no. Unfortunate, but he is into the next round. A big lead here though for the 4 and the 15. Hollywood's still looking good, though, in that transfer spot, I think. Still another pit stop. These guys could go ahead and make this pit stop, get back out there, or they could just run it down and then jump back in there and take the splash to get through to the end. Nonetheless, they got to dive back in there one more time before the end of this one. There's a good line of 4 cars behind our top 2. They need to keep it together, though. They must catch these guys before the pit stop. Just 8 laps remaining here. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Much appreciated. It's your playoff elimination race for Michigan. Only 8 drivers advance to the next round. Hollywood in the 14's right there, 5 points below the cutoff line. He did win stage number 2, sitting 3rd currently. Winning in situation for the 8 and the 47. 47 has not had the stage that he wanted, but he did win stage number 1. Speaking of him, there he is. I believe he is off the front bunch right there ahead of him. 4 and the 15 still out front here off the second pit stop of the stage. One more pit to be made. And it's got to be a clean one to see who's going to win it here at Michigan. What a race we've been treated to, and it is really coming down to it. Five and a half to go. Hollywood in third, and they are charging up to the front. $17 on pit road. Hollywood's going to go down pit road right now. Hopefully he got in clean. Kenrod went down with him. That's a little bit of help. That's going to be 5 to go with them down pit road. 4 is looking to pit this time. I imagine the 8 will pit with them as well. As I have mentioned, the first pitting cars have came around to the lead on each cycle. And that could be why Hollywood dove down in there and they could come back around and try to hold off the lead. It's coming down to it here from Michigan. It is 4 to go. As those guys go down pit road behind Hollywood and Kenrod. Nobody going to do the last lap. Pit and go like I did on Tuesday. Hollywood and Kenrod. Kenrod not so much of help right now. I don't know if this is going to be beneficial for him. They're coming off pit road right now. He is by himself. He's going to be right here with these guys. I don't know. It's going to be very close. You got the 24 kind of 4 into the dirt. It's going to allow the 15. The 15 is going to have to go up. Hollywood will not come around to the lead this time. He does have a head full of steam. All these guys are shuffling around. Hollywood way down to the inside. He gives a bump to the 24. Big bump up the track into the 15 goes the 24 of Death Before Dishonor. Kenrod going to make a move down to the inside. Hollywood has moved up to second behind DK Brown, who is in a winning in position. Hollywood cannot allow DK Brown to win this race. There is 3 to go with playoffs on the line between 1 and 2. Hollywood dives it in to turn number 1, trying to get an advantage here on the 8 car. This is for playoff lives right here. The 8 and the 14 are racing for their playoff lives. Winning in for the 18, for the 8, the 14 of Hollywood just needs to get in on points, but a win would punch it in. 8 of DK Brown holding on hard on the outside. They're going to come down out of 3 and 4 once more for 2 to go here from Michigan. The 8 is all alone on the outside. Hollywood with a great push from the 42 and the 24. Could somebody else win this race? Hollywood is in first place with 2 laps remaining. Beaten and battered. It was going to be a fight all night here from Michigan. Hollywood holds on to the bottom as he comes through 3 and 4, trying to take the white flag this time. Coming down to the line, Hollywood's going to take 1 to go, presented by Skew Car. Can he get a win and solidify himself into the round of 8? He does have the winning in driver of DK Brown in this group. Out of 1 and 2 for the last time down the backstretch. No draft breaking for the 14. On the inside, the 42. Hollywood and the 14 cuts the nose off the 42 as they go into 3 and 4 for the last time. It is a man versus man race here to the line. Can Hollywood get it done? Solidify himself into the round of 8. And wouldn't you know it, 2 broadcasters in 1 week. Holly Dub here from Michigan. He'll get his win and he will move on to the round of 8 in the Ruthless playoffs. What a hell of a race here tonight for Michigan. And the 14, Holly Dub, gets it done. both broadcasters in 1 week. You can't write it better than that. How about it? Big win. Moves on after missing Martinsville. How about it for Hollywood? Man, this race brought to you by Skew Car, West Higgins ORV. Typical was our pole sitter, sponsored by West Higgins ORV. Kenrod getting second out there tonight. He'll find himself to the booth after missing it at the Roval on that incident. But Death Before Dishonor finishing in third tonight, and Jason in fourth. So possibly we might get Jason in here instead of Death. Death usually doesn't come in for interviews, so we'll see how everything's going to play out here at the end. Hollywood, your winner from Michigan. We'll get him in here. We'll get him interviewed. Hang around.
Hello.
All right, so we got our winner in here, Hollywood. Man, I told everybody can't write it better than that. Both broadcasters getting a win the same week, but no win bigger than yours. You know, not only is it first win on the season, but that locks you into the round of 8 for sure. Man, what was it like going out there, winning stage number 2 after having a winning end driver win stage number 1? What was kind of your mindset going through after stage number 1?
I mean, Ben gave me a heart attack there in stage 1. G-Dog actually picked up a few points on me. But, you know, outside of the race between me and G-Dog, the stages didn't matter. And I knew that. So I was just focused on getting back up there in stage 2. That way I could have a shot during stage 3. I ended up getting the win there. And then I don't know what happened. Typical lagged out or something, and Mike got a speeding penalty. So that took out 2 of the top contenders right there on that last pit stop. And then at that point, I just needed to get back around the field and make sure that Mr. DK didn't steal a win from us and lock himself in. So he had a great run tonight. Tyler had a great run tonight. Those are the winning in guys. G-Dog had a fast car. He just, got caught in the checkups and stuff early on in the stages, and that really derailed his race. So, I do want to shout out G-Dog. He's been here since the beginning, so it was fun racing against him for the points. But yeah, man, I'm planning on getting to Vegas, so I needed this one, and needed it in a bad way. I feel bad for kind of cutting under Death right there, but he ended up getting back up to third and having a great race himself. So, it's been a while since I won one of these, and this was one that we definitely needed. So it's good to know I can still get it done. And man, I knew if I can get through this round, I got a great shot. I love Phoenix, Daytona, super speedways, love them. And Auto Club, obviously, I already have a great car. We ran that last year for the championship, so everybody spent a lot of time at that track practicing. So I know what I got for this next round. It might take a win to get in, depending on what happens at Daytona. But I'm prepared for it, and couldn't be happier to move on. And man, shout out to fans, everybody that watches these things. It means a lot to have an audience, and all the drivers and everybody that puts this on. And hell yeah, Stu, we got it fucking done, baby.
Hell yeah, broadcaster dubs this week. How about
got
it?
it done this week. Hell yeah.
telling you,
All right, that's all
Michigan,
I got, boys.
great,
Congratulations there,
great
buddy.
track for us. Yeah.
I'm gonna. I think Ben is gonna get that final transfer spot, and I think G Dog misses. So you're Ruthless 8 for season 3 in the Pro Series. Um, looking like it's gonna be Mike, Typical, Henson, and myself. Kenrod, Jason, Death, and Ben going for 4 spots over the next 3 weeks. So excited to see how it turns out, and we're gonna take this. We're gonna take a little bit of this confidence and momentum into the next round. But thanks, guys.
I should have hit you.
There you have it. Your winner,
I was
Holly
about.
Dove.
I was
Good win,
prepared to
bro.
do anything, Kenrod.
I
Not
know
gonna
you
lie.
was,
So
bro. I know you was.
yeah, shout out Kenrod though. He pushed me at stage 1 win or stage 2 win, and pushed me right there at the end, being a good teammate. Uh,
Hell
he was
yeah.
already locked in for himself, so wasn't a huge big deal. He finished second there, and I
No, sir.
appreciate that. So Kenrod's a good pusher sometimes.
I got to, bro.
Hey,
Hey,
speaking of the
Tyler
man,
wasn't going to make it.
speaking of the man though, here he is, the driver 42, Kenrod, getting second, back in the booth, top 3. After that, last week, all that fiasco. Uh, Real good race for you. He was up there in the top 5 the whole time. I think you had probably one of the cleanest races out there tonight. Just kind of walk us through what it took to make sure you just stayed in the hunt for this playoff.
Well, you have to give people room when it's like that. That's the biggest thing coming on to pit road. You got to give everybody a little space to get slowed down. I was scared there on that it was the next to last pit stop. Hollywood said I went in a little fast, and he said he'd done 60. I was scared to death he got a speeding penalty, and thankfully he didn't, man. I'm glad. I'm proud of him. Good job, Hollywood. Good win, man. You deserved that. You was in a bad spot, bro. That's my best finish ever in Ruthless, so I couldn't be happier. I'm glad to be moving on to the next round. Let's try to get a championship 4 spot if can.
Well, I was actually going to bring that up. TCR, known for their super speedway superiority, and Daytona coming up, along with Auto Club in this round. So I feel like it's 2 good chances for you to put a winning in here on the championship. What do you think?
Yeah, bro. They call Daytona the house that Kenrod built, so we'll have to wait and see how it goes, man. You got to have help at places like those. It's like with this new car, it's like Auto Club is a new Daytona in Michigan as well, so you definitely got to have help and people there to push you. So that's what I'm looking forward to, man. Hopefully I made some friends.
Hey, man. Well, as always, it's great to have you in here racing with us. Appreciate you hanging out, and congratulations
Thank
on
y'all.
getting second, man.
Thank you.
All right. So did anyone step in for third?
Yeah, so I'm gonna speak for Death real quick. He had a great race all night. Um, I mean, bro, he brought it home third right there at the end. Finished second in the first stage and eighth in the second stage. So good stage points, good race for him. He didn't really need the points. He just needed to show up, have a good week, and he accomplished that. And at the end, he had a chance there. Obviously, like I said, I apologize to him, kind of for putting the move on him there at the end. Um, but I'll text him about it. I don't think he's going to be too mad at me. I think he understands the gravity of the situation. Death is a great racer and pretty good dude. So, uh, yeah, shout out to the 24. Glad to have you around here, buddy. And then where Jason joined, he was the 4th place finisher. So let's go ahead and give him his
All
time.
right. So move over to the driver 15, Jason, man. Uh, First off, I want to apologize because I thought you were JWoww. Didn't think you were JWoww, but I got you confused with him for a little bit. So I was saying that you were winning in at the beginning, but you were far from it. You were pretty much locked in, just needed some good points. But You in that 15, you were battling up front for most of the race. I feel like you may have had a good chance to even win this thing. So, what was it like out there at Michigan with everybody fighting for their lives?
Our screening made me look good, but in the car, that was the worst Michigan car I ever drove. I made a gear change at the end right before the race, and it was the worst mistake ever. The car was so slow, and it just real tight in the corner, wouldn't rotate. It was just probably one of the worst Michigan cars I ever drove.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough race out there. Sorry, I got choked up. But what was your strategy there at the end? Do you feel like you pitted too early, or what was you thinking there? I think you pitted
Actually,
with Mike, right?
yeah, we pitted with Mike, and it was actually a great decision. We got up front because I was kind of in the back of the line. So when I pitted with Mike, got up front, and I was getting the pit road probably better than 90% of everybody, maybe all of everybody really. So that kind of gained a lot of time in pit road. Very last pit stop, I probably should have took no fuel. I took half the can on accident, so that probably cost me probably point 0.1, point 0.2. That's how DK probably got ahead of me coming out the pits, and just it was tough to pass. I didn't have the car to be able to pass, so it was tough to pass there at the end.
Yeah, definitely a tough track, just to get around everybody running that single file on top of so much on the line for three drivers tonight, really. And nonetheless, he was able to steer it to a fourth place. You say different, but possibly it could have been a better finish out of that 15 tonight. But nonetheless, getting up here in the booth with us, and appreciate you racing with us once again, Jason.
So I'll be back in Daytona. That's probably where I'm putting all my eggs in my basket at. Probably my best track. Usually get a lot of wins there in leagues. Take pride in the super speedways. So hopefully get a big W there and advance to the Final Four.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about next week at Daytona. You heard it from Jason and Kenrod. They both are looking to punch their ticket into that Pro Series Final Four.
Hey, I want that thing too.
You never can tell at Daytona, bro. That's your wild card track.
Also, quick shout out before we get off the air. The Heat 5 gods, I don't know what I've done, but they helped me out a few times tonight because there was at least 2 stops. I was doing 60 entering the pit. So, quick shout out to them. Want to
Heat 5
recognize the Heat 5 gods for keeping me in the race tonight.
Well, there you go. Hollywood needed some help from the higher powers of NASCAR,
He got it.
and he did get it. His prayers were answered here tonight at Michigan. He moves on. Kenrod and Jason as well. Death Before Dishonor with his third place finish. Congratulations to him. Thanks to everybody who races in these things. Everybody who watches them leaves a like, has subscribed. Over 1,800 of you now. Much appreciated from all of you. But make sure you tune in Tuesday. We'll be taking on Daytona in the Pro-Am Series, and we'll see if somebody's able to do a winning in there. Go ahead and punch their ticket into the Final Four and try to win a race at Las Vegas for the hardware in both of these series. Tune back in next Thursday, same deal, Daytona. We'll try to see somebody get into that championship race. But without further ado, if nobody else has anything, I think we're good. So everybody have a great weekend. Watch some great playoff football. And as always, rock on, race on, Ruthless Racing.
Hell yeah.